Good afternoon, hello, it's Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Today, however, is not another day of triathlon training. In today's video, I'm going to be bringing you up to speed with what's been happening in my life for the last week or so. Thank you very much, as ever, for showing any interest whatsoever in what I've got going off in my life. And, well, let's just get stuck into it. So today is Wednesday the 10th of September. Last Thursday, the 4th of September, I came in here in the Wattage Cottage to do a spin on my indoor bike. I was leaning over here to put something on, I don't know where, and I stood on my little balance board thing in cleats and somehow just slipped and my chest, you probably see where I'm going with this, landed on the top, I can't do it, but landed on the top tube there somewhere and hit me in the ribs there. Since then, I've had on and off rib pain. It didn't start that bad. That evening I did the bike session, I went for a swim and didn't do the swim because it was hurting. And then I went and did a gravel race that weekend and felt actually okay, but after the gravel race I was really not in a good way. Lots of chest pain, rib pain, couldn't twist, move, sleep, drive, any of the above. And that led to me going to A&E on Sunday night because I was in quite a lot of discomfort. So a few hours in A&E, had an x-ray and was told that there was no fracture in my ribs. It's more than likely just bruising. Give it a couple of weeks, it will heal by itself, no problem, but it might just be a bit sore. Not a problem, but if any symptoms change, come back. Monday morning rolled around, I was in my favourite place and unfortunately passed some blood. Obviously this caused me some concern, so back to A&E I went, missed most of the day at work, in another few hours waiting for various tests and so on. There is the slight flex of whenever I have a blood pressure, resting heart rate check, they say, oh, your heart rate's quite low, and you know if you do endurance sports, you're like, yeah, because I do sport. However, for me, because I don't look like your stereotypical super fit athlete, they never believe me, and I have to then wait for an ECG because they think my heart rate is so low and I'm at risk of dying. Even though I explain that this happens quite a lot, no, I had to do that. Okay, fine. I was then poked and prodded and talked through my symptoms quite a bit and was just told that, well, this might happen from time to time. If it happens again, then come back, but just sort of write this off as a, it's just happened, don't worry about it. This doctor also re-looked at the x-ray that was taken the night before and said, yeah, I can't see a fracture on there, but because of the nature in which how fractures are detected in ribs, it's quite hard to do so. So there could be, I can't see one, but it doesn't really change your treatment anyway. Just listen to your body. If it hurts, don't do anything, just sit up and rest and give it a couple to a few weeks to recover. And so that is what I have been doing. Absolutely nothing. I haven't ran for a week. I haven't swam for just over a week. I have ridden my bike a little bit, but since the A&E trips, haven't done a single thing. I'm really trying to throw everything I can at getting this thing recovered. I don't know if it's a fracture or a bruise. It doesn't seem to change the prognosis either way. I'm eating and drinking plenty. I'm trying to rest lots. My sleep is broken. I'm not feeling very happy in myself. I'm being a bit grumpy, but I can't do any more. But it's doing my head in not having a solid, you've done this, therefore you need to do that recovery wise. It's just a bit of a, like the decisions with me, do you do something, do you not? And I'm struggling with it mentally, to be honest, but my current focus is just on the day ahead. I'm just trying to deal with what I got in front of me that day. I'm not thinking about Ironman Wales or the gravel champs I'm supposed to do this weekend. I'm trying not to think about it. I'm just trying to get through each day, and I'll make those decisions as and when those things come up. And if I'm honest, I was going to bury my head in the sand with this sort of thing and just not post any videos until it's all sorted. But on reflection, after having had a few days off now, I do need to keep doing this. This keeps me accountable, keeps me on the straight and narrow. This time last year when I got injured, I put on loads of weight and just didn't do anything really focused. This will, thank you very much, enable me hopefully to keep my focus. And although I can't do what I want to do at the minute, hopefully it will mean that I'm in a better place to do what I want to do in the future. So my current thoughts, I know I said I'm not thinking about it, but the gravel champs this weekend, I am really, really upset about potentially not doing the TT. So the National Gravel Time Trial is a new event for this year. I hadn't spoken about it on the channel, but I'd actually entered the elite field. I'm not by any means an elite rider, and I'd probably got my backside absolutely handed it to me. But I have been on a bit of a project this year with recceing the course, building a bike specifically up for the course, which I thought would put me at a significant advantage to other competitors. I don't think I'm actually going to make a video on this, just in case it happens again next year and I can do it, but I will think about that. So I've got that, I'm really upset about that. Obviously with Wales on the horizon, I'm so focused on doing Wales for the channel, for me, just to meet people, like just everything to do with it. However, I'm trying to keep very grounded in the fact that this is a first world problem. People have these problems all the time, and they get on with it, moaning a lot less than I do. We've seen in the the news this year that in the triathlon community, Jack Schofield unfortunately lost his wife. We've just seen this week that Lucy Byram's partner Sam has been killed in a tragic bike crash, and it's just keeping me like, this, what I'm moaning about right now, does not matter. Sure, I might be upset about it now, but in 6 months or a year, it is not going to have any bearing on my life whatsoever. So I'm just trying to keep that in my mind, and I'm just going to do everything I can to take part in these events. But if I can't, I'm going to try and be as positive as I can and do what I can around those things. In terms of where I'm at right now, that is the worst position for me. Lying down seems to really hurt my chest. My symptoms aren't terrible. People have commented and messaged me when I put a video up last week saying I'd had this fall, saying that if you broke your rib, you'd know about it. Like, you wouldn't be able to breathe without severe pain, you wouldn't be able to talk to us and so on. And so that makes me think, well, it isn't broken, so it can't be that bad. But the pain is sharp. Like, then when I move, it's sharp, but it's not like I'm not crying my eyes out, but it's constant. And every time, everything I'm doing, it is there, and it's eating away at me. And I'm taking quite a lot of ibuprofen and paracetamol to try and dull the pain a bit, but that's all I can do. So I just know, even then breathing in sharply, I feel the sharp pain. So I know that with those symptoms present, I cannot and should not try and push my body doing anything. So even if tomorrow I wake up a bit better, Friday I shouldn't be doing a 20-odd minute full gas time trial. Looking ahead to further events, my current thought is, if I don't train between now and Ironman Wales, but I'm healthy, I have no concerns about my general health, as in like it feels fine, I'd still give it a go. And I'd actually be not confident, but I'd feel like, you stand a good chance, or some chance of getting around. Just pace accordingly. Years of training you don't lose in a couple of weeks. So my thought process is essentially that I was going to keep taking it day by day and just see how I am close to the event. So what I'm going to focus on as well at the minute is I have been working on a group winter training plan, which is going to have a big focus on the social community element. Now, I know lots of people, lots of companies and so on are doing this sort of thing, whether it's a group or a collective or whatever it is. And I actually really like those things. I think they're brilliant for the amateur athletes, especially triathletes who might train a lot on their own, who might just need some motivation to get through the winter months, but perhaps don't want to spend however much a month on a one-to-one coach. I think they're brilliant, but I think what I have, what others don't have, is this channel and you guys and girls, which is awesome. So I'm hoping to bring something to you guys and girls in the next week or so to start in October, to take us up till Christmas in that sort of environment, to give you some good training, to give you some good social, some good motivation, and selfishly to give me some good motivation and some good training, because I'm going to do the damn thing as well, hopefully. So I'm going to really get cracking on that in the evenings this week and just get that ready to go. It's not far off, but it's not quite ready for me to tell you what it's called and exactly when it starts and all of that. So that, if I'm honest, is giving me something to focus on that isn't me just sat here twiddling my thumbs like, should I do anything or not? Like, listen, yesterday I changed 2 tyres on the bike for the gravel champs, thinking I was going to be doing it, and they said, well, perhaps you shouldn't have been wrestling with tubeless tyres last night, and perhaps I shouldn't, but I wasn't really wrestling, but I was doing that because I didn't have anything else like just sitting down to do. So I'm going to sit down, do some stuff, sit down some more, do some deep breaths, and hopefully this will be better at some point. I hope that your training is going better than mine at the minute. If you're gearing up for Ironman Wales, I am fairly sure I'll be there in any case. So if I don't get to do the event, I'll be there screaming in your face. But I'm really staying positive and hoping that I will be able to. And I guess it's just an update. But from here on out, I'll be back to daily vlogging. I will drop the video from the gravel race at the weekend as well, which feels a bit weird to be doing that, but I actually had a really good ride, really good race, and it's only after that that I've really suffered. So, hindsight and all that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please do hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow when I go look. Bye.